the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. The meeting will please come to order. We do have proof of posting in accordance with Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code as amended, known as the Texas Open Meetings Act. Any members of the public who wish to speak shall each have 3 minutes.
Are we waiting for volunteers?
Ma'am?
Are you asking for volunteers?
Sure.
Sorry. My name is Sam Cook. I am with the Family Heritage Division of Glow Life. My husband and I transferred up here a little bit over 18 years ago. When we first transferred up here, we never imagined that Fairfield would become our forever home, but it has, and we can't imagine living anywhere else now. The oil field came and went, and we stayed. And so now I am requesting the opportunity to protect the members of my community, namely the employees of the county. So what we do is we protect people financially against things like cancer, heart attacks and strokes, accidents and injuries, ICU stays, babies being born early, hospitalization, stuff like that. We also offer whole life policies. We might sound kind of similar to other companies that you guys have heard of or worked with in the past, but we are completely different in a lot of ways. The big three are number one, the customer service. I personally walk all of my clients through every step of the claims process. I'm available around the clock, but even if you call our main number with millions of policyholders all across the United States, you'll get a live body in the U.S. answering your phone call. No automated systems or overseas contractors. But number two, and this is the big reason why so many folks work with us, is virtually all of our plans are 100% refundable. Simply put, you get a plan with us, keep it for a certain amount of time, and don't use it, you get all of your premiums back. Number three, it is your plan, you own it, so no matter where you work, live, or eventually retire, it gets to go with you. It's not attached to the county, it's attached to you guys. And one of the added benefits of that is we are not trying to change anything you guys already offer. We are not trying to replace anything. We just want to give people an additional option on a non-payroll basis, okay? So you guys don't have to do any filing of paperwork, you don't have to do any paycheck withdrawals, none of those types of things. It is just a way to give people another option that they get to take with them, build cash value into it, and something they get to keep into retirement. One of the worst things that happens is to have a county employee that stays in the county their whole life, is diagnosed with cancer while they're working for the county, and then potentially loses their cancer policy when they retire and can't get one because they've already been diagnosed with cancer, right? And so we just want to give people an option to be able to get ahead of the game and have something that, you know, most people get angry at insurance companies, right? They kind of feel like it's a gamble. You pay, you pay, and you pay. If you don't use it, you're throwing all your money away, right? With us, you pay, and you pay, and you pay. You don't use it, you get all your money back. So that is basically what I'm asking for. Typically what will happen at this point is if you guys approve it, I'll send out an email blast, maybe a video introducing myself, and then we do stuff like this and we stuff it in the paychecks. And then I just kind of follow up with people on an individual basis if they're interested.
Okay, if it's not going through the payroll, county payroll, then why would we approve it? I mean, it looks like you could just have a meeting or something on your own without us approving it.
Essentially, I'm here to just ask permission to work with county employees. Is that, any other questions, I guess?
I'm just trying to be clear.
Yes,
because
ma'am.
I know we've talked
Yes,
about
and we do. So like I already work with the police department, I work with local fire departments, about 20 to 30 businesses here in the area. And so I just was approaching you guys because we work with a lot of counties all across the United States. And this is typically how we approach the county to begin with.
Okay.
For us to approve, it would have to be on the agenda.
Okay.
But let's talk about if we even are gonna
I
approve.
don't
That's my question.
think it's up to individuals.
Correct.
Yeah, I don't.
But certainly, you know, if you wanted to have a meeting of all, you could send out, you know, and request that they would do that. And, you know, I'd be interested in listening to it, so.
Yes, ma'am. So I guess
It's a little
what
different than what
you've
normally
heard
see.
of,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely. We are totally different than any other company.
So we can't make any decision other than, you know, now you know that you don't need to come back to the court.
And ask
It's
permission.
already clear.
Well, I guess what I am more curious on is how or who would I reach out to try and send out a flyer in the pay stubs or to send out an email blast?
Okay,
Who would you, be you? You, are you maybe? Okay,
yeah.
all right.
I don't think there'd be anything wrong with that, giving everybody a sheet on
Give
it.
the employees opportunity to.
Sure, and then, yeah,
Okay. One last thing, guys. I always like to leave with a testimonial, if you guys don't mind. This is an example. This gentleman's name is John Clark. He says, fantastic coverage. If you think you're not ever going to get cancer, think again. I am so thankful that we got a policy, and now for years I've been receiving payments that have been truly needed and so beneficial in my life. When this was written, we had paid him $114,499.20. So these things are truly life-changing. Thank you guys for listening. You guys have
thank you, and you can talk to her about that.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Now, just a question, is that what the dinner thing was gonna be? Or is that something different?
It's something different.
Something different, okay, thank you. Anyone else? All right, if they're not, then we will go to item number 1. We will not be looking at the April 28th today. We're just gonna look at the April 16th. Maria? We had this one on the last Piedra, and this one is,
Oh, yes, he said that he was gonna change the wording on it since it was.
so that's the same thing?
Yes.
Perfect, thank you. approved it,
Yeah,
yes,
we
that's what I
tabled
was
it.
trying to get in my mind.
Yeah, we
Thank you.
tabled it to
Mhm.
16. And then came back and we
Mhm.
approved. So I had to think.
Thank you.
Make a motion to approve the minutes, April 16, 2025.
I'll second.
All in favor, aye? Any opposed? No, motion carried. I'm gonna keep mine now so we can check. Well, we got a 28th, just to be sure.
Yeah, yeah, but that was, I thought we passed that, but then that was the 28th.
Yeah,
I'll table it again.
No, we passed it. The 28th.
all of them.
Yeah, because we had to get the ball rolling, we can still make decisions after bids.
So on the 16th is when Mike didn't have it right.
Right.
Something he had to make a change.
Oh, that was on, yeah, well, we tabled
Yeah.
several deals, but we still had the restoration deal.
Oh.
Wasn't that what you were talking about?
Well, the restoration, then there was another one too. The city maybe?
Yeah.
So it's a table.
Well, we tabled so much.
Take a bid.
We
Yeah.
tabled quite a bit.
Get a roll.
I'm gonna just keep this, so we look at it next time, and be sure we got all our. Mess up. Okay, we have a motion and second, all in favor, aye? Any opposed? None. Motion carried. Item number 2 is budget transfers and amendments. One sheet. Do we have a motion?
I make a motion. Budget transfers.
Second.
All in favor, aye? Any opposed? None. Motion carried. Item number 3, approve and pay the bills.
Motion to approve by the bills.
I'll second.
All in favor, aye? Any opposed? None. Motion carried.
It's not a vote.
Ain't got that. I don't have to.
Item number 4 is to approve payroll. And we send it around.
No.
It's coming.
We do more
It's
than
coming, it's coming. Okay.
I make a motion to approve the payroll. Second.
All in favor, aye? Any opposed? No. Motion carried.
Do we have
The two of them.
There's 2 of them.
2 of them?
330 to 412, and another one's
Well, the top says the same.
What is it?
Oh, never mind,
You're
okay.
good. It's just because it wasn't on the agenda the last court we had.
So we don't sign the second one.
We need to sign,
Both of them. Both.
Just the
sign
last
both
one.
of them.
Okay. Yeah, not the bottom.
There's one of them.
Second page.
Look at almost 2 hours, yeah.
Yeah. I need to redo my motion for both sets payrolls and payroll.
Is it just because we couldn't get it on the,
Yeah, for whatever reason, it wasn't on the last agenda after we had done that payroll, so
but it's all the same payroll sheet? Oh,
it's 2 different payrolls, because we had 3 payrolls.
so we
in
all,
one.
we wrote checks? Okay. Same day.
The date on the long one is incorrect. I can change it.
They both had, that's what confused me, they both had the same
Yeah,
name.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
And they both have the
Different
same
amounts on
So
the,
the 412 one is correct. If you look at the
The
second
short
sheet.
one's correct, the one with the.
Yeah, the short one. And then the long one should be 426, so that's second, it's the 3rd payroll of the month, that's fine. We typically only have 2 payrolls each one.
so 413 to 426.
Yes,
On the short one. Or the
No, the long one.
On the long one, okay.
yes, the short one is correct. Sorry.
That's okay.
Well, I'll change my motion to approve both payrolls
Yes, yes.
that we covered.
Second.
All in favor, aye. Any opposed? Motion carried.
Two.
Item number 5 is reports. I have a report from the extension agent. A report from JP1 and from the tax office. Anyone else have a report?
Let me give a quick update on where we're at with the dispatch and everything that's going on. I'm gonna just kind of run through this quickly. If you guys have any questions, you can stop and ask. LGS and E-Force training is pretty much wrapping up complete, so systems are going live. I'm gonna be looking today at the flow of the information through the API, make sure that all the information is flowing properly. Camera systems are up. We just finished the federal building, so we're gonna install Larry probably today, and all that'll be coming up online, so that's finishing up. The network switches, I'm doing some final configuration over the federal building. The rest of the switches are set around the county. Phones will be set probably, maybe as soon as this week, probably next week. As soon as those phones are set, then we should get increased speed, right, from the 10-100 to 1G speed. So we should be picking that up. Windstream with our firewall and SD-WAN installation. Continuing to work with the engineering group on the configuration of the firewall trying to get them to give me a commitment that, you know, I'm holding their feet to the fire on the 21st. I've yet to be able to get them to commit to me, right? But I'm staying with that date. So I was contacted by Hot Cog yesterday with Christine, wanting to know the date exactly, because they need to know an exact date. So I told her, I said, I gotta get it from Windstream, I get it with the sheriff, we go through it and get her back a hard date. So once I hear from Windstream, which I hope to this week or early next week, we'll get Christine a date, which will probably be a week after the 21st, once we set SD-WAN, the firewall. I'm gonna need about a week to make sure everything's smoothed out, and then we can move dispatch. Christine's saying that, you know, we're not gonna be able to run any systems parallel, that once we switch over, everybody will move over to that location. I'm thinking, just my gut feel tells me, because we run into a holiday weekend, probably when we come back from the holiday, say the 1st, dispatch is up and operating, right? Okay, so that's just the way it's going out on holiday. And that's it. The generator's been fired. I know that Lloyd's worked on some of that, getting it fueled, but we do need to look at that controller down there. I notice it's not on. I would think it would be on. I don't know, but it's just something that them to look at.
Run a test on it.
We're gonna try to test it today.
That auto controller that's sitting in the back access is completely, nothing's live on it, you know, and so I just want to make sure you are aware of that.
He was supposed to come test it Sunday afternoon and told me that the transfer switch, everything was working fine. He killed the fire.
It may very well be, it's just turned off right now, but it's just something to be aware of.
Okay, we'll check it ourselves.
All right. Any other reports? This is not a report, but I'd like to recognize our new mayor of Wortham, Patty Jones, is with us this morning.
Thank you. Thanks.
Just newly elected.
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't mean to walk out on you guys. Was there any questions y'all had for me?
You was on the road.
Get out of here while you can. All right. Any other reports? All right. If not, do we have a motion to accept the reports?
I'll make it.
Second.
All in favor, aye. Motion carried. Item number 6, burn ban.
If we put it on, would it quit raining? Let it rain.
No action.
No way.
Had some bad weather in our area. Item number 7, special road use agreements. None? No action. Number 8, approve bonds and education certificates. I do have some education certificates. Cybersecurity. Gary Hammond, Alicia Rowe, Beth Smith, Elizabeth Barnes, Brian Evans, Zane Robinson. That's the whole
crew.
gang over there.
Security
Jennifer
it up.
Amanda Gerdeman, Tara Batten. We have a motion to accept these.
Make that motion. I'll second.
All in favor, aye. Motion carried. Item number 9 is public hearing, and as you heard, that is the same one that we had on the last agenda. He just has changed the name, but is also requesting to table item number 9, 10, and 11.
Motion to table, 9 to 11.
Second.
All in favor, aye. Motion carried. Item number 12 is to award the depository bids. Item number 12. All right. Do you have an extra sheet? I don't think I brought mine in. Oh, that's really neat. Oh, never mind. Thanks so much. We did receive 3. The investment committee has reviewed these. And Mandy, would you like to talk about these a little bit? If there's any discussion? overview. I know that we have, y'all have, you have made a sheet on the things that were asked for. Y'all have reviewed that, and based on the whole, which one would be, overall be the best for the county? What good way to say it?
So we had 3 bank proposals. They all had answered a furnished worksheet with questions of our requirements, of what our expectations are for the county. Each one was very competitive against each other, and they each offered things very leniently of what we were asking. There are a few things that were different between all 3 of them. I'm not sure what all I can and cannot say.
You say anything?
Our main goal for the county is what's gonna transpire as being transparent in a relationship with the depository bank, and what's going to be the best interest for our county funds. Competitively, I believe the interest on our checking accounts is what really pushed us to our decision of what was going to make our award decision. What else, Karen?
I mean, the interest rate is, for what we saw and the bids, was the difference. And so, typically, everything else was pretty much the same.
Difference on them.
Just a little bit, but as far as the biggest difference was the interest rate, and that was still close. And Community National was the one with the highest interest rate.
And overall.
Yes.
What do you want?
When we look at what we asked for and what we received, community and citizens were kind of tied for that.
Yes.
But again, there's a flip-flop on what one provided, and on 2 other things they didn't. But it really wouldn't have affected our decision.
Or the functionality.
Right, so it wasn't an error, or it wasn't anything bad. But I think the interest rate that we've been offered is the highest one, is the best for the county.
All right, is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to go Community National Bank.
Second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All any opposed? None. Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank y'all for bidding.
Yes, thank you so much. Now, on the checks.
Yeah, can we keep those other 2 good faith checks?
And do you have those so that you can?
Yes, I have
return them
them
to
checks.
them? All right. All right. And thank you again for bidding. And thank you for the service that you have done for us in the past. We truly appreciate that.
Yes, ma'am.
Jason and Tracy, y'all get us some checks made?
Yes.
We'll work on it.
Now, when will that be effective?
Our last, June 1st, our last day is May 31st, so.
May 31st.
I'll get in the progression of getting everything swapped now.
We will need some checks pretty quickly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before you know it.